Good morning readers. I, Harish Boodhoo, warmly welcome you to my channel. Learn as much as possible from my handwritten articles. Open Letter to the Prime Minister. Part 32. This 11th of May 2020. You do not seem to understand the importance of reading. If not, you would have opened the 100 libraries along with the shops and supermarkets. Now is the time to inculcate a love of reading. Mr. Prime Minister. A. You are now reading the 32nd part of the series of letters addressed to you. Welcome. At the same time, they are meant for all our readers and listeners of Facebook and YouTube. In truth, they matter more to us than you. We now live and breathe for them, so to speak. And that since Facebook has seen our first article on 2nd of February 2011. Anyway, best wishes. B. But reading and listening both beg the question, if you really understand the importance of keeping the mind healthy. And that by improving one's language and increasing the general knowledge. Also, we ask ourselves where your responsibilities really lie. If not, you would have opened the libraries along with the shops and supermarkets. Public libraries, where books and international newspapers and magazines are sold, are verily the temple of education, outside the premises of schools. They form part of the education system, which, unfortunately, both you and your Minister of Education do not understand. True, libraries are not money-making businesses. C. We had pleaded, nay, implored and begged you to have the 100 libraries opened. The opinion papers of last 4th and 6th of May both bear testimony. Thereafter, we spoke to 4 leading officials of your government, 3 of your own office. It was a waste of time. Deaf ears and water on taro, full songe, leaves. Ahmad Suleiman's perfectly reasonable request was also rejected. No surprise, the nation is further developing a mental blockage, under your Raj. And education has been thrust to a back-seat role. Alas. D. Notwithstanding, it is now time to mend and repair. Open the libraries. You may impose the same strict conditions of other public places. Now is the time to encourage people to read. Now is the ripe time to inculcate a love of reading in the population. So simple. E. Unfortunately, the opposition, too, has blundered. Nobody has raised that question at the National Assembly. Quit if you cannot understand the importance of libraries. F. True, in comparison to other countries, your government has handled the COVID-19 crisis quite well. 1. Like the government or dislike it, the thinking Mauritians have to acknowledge that overall, your Minister of Health has done well. Your government has been able to manage and deal with the situation, though unprecedented and very difficult, fairly well. Of course, all world leaders have had to face that invisible enemy and deadly virus. No one has been spared. All have made mistakes, some big, some small. Because the crisis was unprecedented, and without any cure to fight the virus. 2. But one thing can change the whole positive effect, dangerously against you. That, if proved that government had waited for the close relatives of a minister to fly back to Mauritius, to impose aerial and other no-entry sanctions. If so, it will be the late Bremer Bank revisited. Ministers had withdrawn their money, just before it was closed down, by midnight, in year 2015. 3. That was then. Mauritians were angry, but did not take to the streets. Because only a few people were affected. With the pandemic, the whole population is subjected to pain and suffering. Beware. There will be collective outpouring of anger. Of course, all that if the odds are stacked in any minister's favor, as mentioned above. 4. And then, there is one systemic disease catching the government, since your last 7th of November elections. One positive step is followed by a worse negative one. One sunny day succeeds a devastating stormy one. A+ mark has always been shadowed by a shameful -1. One step forward is more often accompanied by 10 steps backward. Hence, it goes without saying that the good work of crisis management will soon be dwarfed by a scandal of epidemic proportions. G. Why do you not bring in some fresh air in the force, To breathe life into police. In football, when there are too many problems, or when defeats follow one another, or when the air in the dressing room or boardroom is eternally tense, the directors change the coach. They break with the past. Clear the air in their minds. Let in fresh and clean air. Stop breathing the damp and polluted air. They freshen up in the whole management and team. They start again on a fresh note. With a fresh mind and with a fresh approach, and fresh ideas. As fresh as a daisy. Problems are gangrening the force, Mr. Prime Minister. Why not a fresh start? To be continued. Keep reading, keep learning. Like and subscribe for more thrilling articles. Thank you for watching.